G'day, peeps. How we doing? It is a slow and lazy Sunday evening, so I thought, hey, why not? I might actually get myself a spot, sit down, and have a cigar, because I've been meaning to do these. I've been meaning to do something along this line for quite some time. I am probably going to be changing the time because a long time ago, I made Flux and Moxie Dame a promise that we'd start doing streams a little bit like this, where we could just get together on stream and have a cigar. And, you know, obviously the big man upstairs isn't going to be able to attend, but he was supposed to be here too. But it's more just a chance to sit back, relax, enjoy each other's company, and not necessarily talk about the random crap that we have to during the week that involves legal cases and all that sort of stuff. It's more just a time to sit back and enjoy a nice alcoholic beverage, shall we say. Tonight I am partaking of a Matzo's alcoholic ginger beer. I do have the beer fridge very close by, so if I feel the need to go with something else, I always can. But cheers. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, the Churchill background was good. I wasn't sure how I'd work the background, because I'll make no bones about it. I'm sitting in my garage, so I have no idea how the audio sounds, and you're probably going to hear all sorts of stuff going past. But you know, can't really deal with these. Can't really enjoy these, shall we say, in the house. So that's really the only thing that stopped me in the past, is trying to find a time when I would be able to sit outside out the back, set up the computer, and all that sort of stuff. Don't get me wrong, I've sat back and enjoyed many a cigar just on my own out the back when I was able to. But I've just been meaning to do these a little bit more frequently and get that and do all that. So this evening I am having a Romeo Julieta #1, handmade in Cuba. For those of you that saw my post on X, ooh, that does look nice. I'm not used to these ones. I'm more of a Monte Cristo guy myself, but as I posted on X earlier, I ignored my humidor for a little bit longer than I probably should have, and unfortunately, I wasn't keeping an eye on the humidity well enough. So I opened it up to go and pick one out for tonight and realized that oh shit, one of these is growing mold, which is not uncommon, especially when you're not paying attention like me. I mean, I'm still fairly new to looking after cigars rather than just going out and buying them the day of. But it was still quite disappointing, because I thought I'd been doing a half-decent job maintaining the humidity and that sort of thing. But as it turns out, you need to actually open it up, inspect it, and more often than not, you need to actually smoke the friggin' things. So I lost 3 Monte Cristos, which I'm very upset about, because they weren't the cheap ones. They were ones that I'd ordered from a supplier online, and just lit a spliff. All good. What was I going to say? So now I've got to go through the process of reseasoning the humidor, which means tomorrow I've got to wipe it down with isopropyl alcohol and then distilled water, and then I've got to get 4 new Bevitas in there to reseason it for the next 2 to 3 weeks before I can think about buying any new cigars. So I'm basically going to have to buy things on the fly, because I don't have any decent way of storing them at the second. So even if I ordered some, I'd have to keep them in the package that they came in, which is never really a good idea. But you're supposed to smoke cigars? Yes, you are. And the thing that I love about them is that then at least for me anyway, they're not addictive because you don't actually inhale it. You're not taking in the nastiness down into your lungs and that sort of thing. It just you're holding the smoke in your mouth, you're enjoying the flavor, and you're releasing it. So, but anyway, honestly, I think this is the one thing that Lady Overlaw'd curses Vices for, because he's the one that got me stuck onto these. But it's probably it's the first one. Well, I mean, it's the first one I've done on stream in a good few months. Yes, a good quality cigar doesn't have the chemical cocktail. This is true. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to take a second to snip the end. And of course, you either want a nice butane torch or you wonder what happened there. Said that the browser lost access to the mic. That's not good. Hang on, let me put the cigar down and work out exactly why that would have happened. Yes, it's fine if you have a joint. That's fine. Just I won't be for obvious reasons, but there we go. We're off to the races. Hempwick. Well, look, you're probably not wrong, but at the same time, I have no idea if that's even remotely legal here. So I have missed that. I'm not going to lie. A sour apple vape. Well, you're most welcome to join me if you're going to use a vape. Lady Overlord poking her head in to throw some trash at it. That's not to ruin the aesthetic of it, but yeah. Yeah, so you inhale enough that the smoke leaves through the cigar and fills your mouth, but you don't inhale it down into your lungs. If you do that, you're going to have issues with the carcinogenics and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, you're going to cough like there's no tomorrow. So, never smoked a nice cigar, just the wee shitters. I mean, look, I generally keep a 5-pack of cigarellos on hand in case I feel like I need to celebrate something, or if I just want 5-10 minutes to myself. But when I started keeping the good ones lying around, I kind of just that went by the wayside, and I ran out to the tobacconist this evening when I realized that the Monte Cristos had gone, and this was literally the last one they had in stock because the Australian government is, in their infinite wisdom, trying to get everyone to stop smoking. So. Used to inhale them, but the flavor of a good cigar is wonderful. Honestly, it is. It's lovely. Never smelt a good one? Well, I mean, look, it's much like anything else. It's to each their own. But I can honestly say that it was wonderful walking into that cigar bar in Vegas and just the waft of the different smells and how knowledgeable that girl behind the counter was. That was amazing. She was literally picking out perfect cigars for everyone based on their flavors, whether or not they liked chocolate, whether or not they liked cherry, whether or not they basically just getting an idea for what their palates were. And damn, if she didn't nail it for each and every one of us. Hempwick's legal. Okay, I'll have a look. Tobacco now comes with a quit smoking card every time I open it. They're trying to get people to quit smoking. Oh yeah, no. The tube that this came in literally has a big ass yellow sticker on the side, which I don't know if you can see that. Cigar smoking is not a safe alternative to cigarette smoking. That may be the case, but to me, it's significantly more enjoyable. Oh shit! I think I'll let that go out. God damn it! Spent too long sipping on my drink. My problem is that I let them go out because I sit here and I talk, and I don't cause the airflow to go through the cigar long enough. I mean, I can blow through one of these in about 20 minutes if I'm sitting here on my own. Had to quit vaping cold turkey because Mormons are fucking morons and they've banned flavored vapes. Oh yeah, no, they got rid of flavored vapes here too. If you want a vape, I think it's peppermint flavor or unscented, and you got to have a prescription from your doctor. Any death caps in the cigar? Well, I mean, after I saw the mold on the Monte Cristos, I was like, there's this video that says you can just wipe it off and smoke them, but it'd be really stupid. So I don't think there's anything really available anymore, even though they said they're not going to actively go after businesses. I mean, it's a two-pronged attack here because they're taxing people through the asshole for these things, but they're saying that they're doing it for the purposes of trying to get people to basically trying to force them to quit smoking. Yeah, Professor, I wasn't paying attention. I've been working that hard that I wasn't keeping an eye on my humidor. One cigar out of the 3 grew mold, but apparently it's enough to say that the other 2 are not smokable, which pissed me the fuck off. Well, I don't know that they're trying to say that it's for children here. I don't think it's to try and keep it out of the hands of children. I think it's just that they see vapes as a alternative to smoking that they're not taxing as much as they should, so they regulated the shit out of it to try and stamp it out in the first place. Never heard of hemp wick? They now have different writing on the butts of cigarettes. Yeah. Hey, Connor. Hope you're doing well, mate. Your stream tomorrow starts at like 6 a.m. for me, so I'll try and be there as soon as I can. I want to check the beef Wellington. Well, I mean, that case is still going on, so I can't provide any real commentary on it, which is really frustrating. But as soon as that is over, I'm going to go full ham on that. Or in her case, full beef Wellington. You can get popcorn lungs from vaping. Well, I mean, to be fair, vaping, in the sense that it's been commercialized in the last, decade, it's fairly new. There haven't been decades of studies on what the responses are from the body and all that sort of shit. Not that I think that makes any sort of difference whatsoever. Oh, that actually pairs quite nicely with the ginger beer. That's a big excuse for the bans that claim vapes are marketing towards kids because adults don't like candy or dessert flavors. I can't think of a single adult that has a sweet tooth that would enjoy smoking a vape. Living in the Middle East in my teens, getting a pack of cigs for your parents was very common. Walk into the supermarket and get a pack, say it's for your parents. I reckon I did that back in the 90s. I'm fairly confident that I went to the local supermarket and my mum had called ahead with a list of things that I was supposed to get for her, which I'm pretty sure included a pack of cigarettes at the time. Don't quote me on that. I could well be wrong. God, this is not a flattering angle. It really makes me look fat. Oh. You smoke flavored vapes? Okay. Anyone here follow the Tonsil Twins case? Family lawyer deleted his ex YouTube and blog in the middle of the night. Wonder if the bar complaints caught up with him. I think Megan Fox is still covering the Laura Allen stuff, but I gather that shit's hit the fan for her, and he, the lawyer, yeah, just up and quit right in the middle of things, didn't he? I'm starting to think that it must be the USB-B connection there. What about the Queensland murder? She was killed by her flatmates. That one's effed up. Now, I don't know how to talk about that one as of yet, because I know that they've found remains of the body, but I don't know what's been verified. I know that the flatmates have been charged with her murder, so I presume that the remains that were found are hers. But honestly, I feel so sorry for that poor girl, because looking at the mother, that poor girl had never had a chance. And I mean, apparently there were people that were already trying to have her adopted out and all this sort of stuff, and then the mother leaves her in that situation, and then, you know. And then she goes to hop on a plane to go to WA to see her boyfriend, and she's never heard from again. Karen Reid and Laurie Vallow were crazy yesterday too. I haven't seen anything about Laurie Vallow. I really haven't paid much attention to Laurie Vallow, if I'm honest. I can't remember. Is that the one with the crazy Mormon lit erotica porn or whatever it is? She got kicked out of court? Right. And is she representing herself, or was she just very vocal? The woman who killed the kids, yeah. Okay. When is Hank not a knob? I do still have to go back and finish watching the rest of that hearing. Because there's still, what, 4 hours or so that I've got to go through. But yeah, saying Hank was a knob is like saying, well, the clouds rained yesterday. Hank's gonna Hank at this point. In other news, an Australian guy started working where I work and he didn't know what a flaming galah is. Are you serious? No, all good, quick ones. Very laid back doing these sorts of streams, honestly. I'm thinking probably going forward, these ones will be members only, just because, you know. Came into court the other day in a wheelchair saying she's severely sick. Medical team assessed her in jail and found she had nothing. What's a flaming galah? Oh, go and do your home and away research. Oh, there is just something so relaxing about this, though. I'm going to try and make some videos tomorrow. I think what's going to happen is once the Karen Reed trial's over, like once or twice a week, I'll do reaction videos in the car and then add extra content to them. You're too young for Home and Away. Fair enough. You can't. You're sitting in front of a green screen. I'm literally not. There's no green screen or anything. Like my wall's right there. It's what do you call it? It's just StreamYard. StreamYard's got it built in. Carlos, I'm on StreamYard. It's not OBS. The robot is not active. But you keep trying. Oh yeah, this is absolutely my real house. I love having this set up. Mind you, I do actually have a green screen. I bought one, 6 months ago to use for making videos and that sort of thing. Back when we thought that we'd be allowing Scarlett to make her own videos and that sort of thing as well. That kind of came to an end. Feel you should have a shirt on, and I'm feeling it should be a shiny pink one like Jeff. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was gonna dress up, like I was gonna put a proper shirt on and that sort of thing, and I was like, you know what? I've already put this off long enough. Either people are going to be okay with it or not. Speaking as someone who knows and understands physics, you can't imagine how stupid some of the things Hank was asking. Apparently, didn't prepare and shot from the hip. Are we shocked by that? Like, at all? So the lamps came from a really nice game store. You can find it someplace in Houston. Hey, KY. Facebook Marketplace, always. Talking about Cabbage Boy Hank? Probably. Oh, I'm sure you can get the. If I can, I want to see whether I can get a real one of that picture. I think it'll look good on the wall behind me. I look like I was in a very sharp grey suit. Oh well, thank you, Arian. I mean, anything that makes me look better than I actually am, I'm good with. Can't get over how Hank asked the dog bite witness about the phone metadata. So then the look she gave him. Oh no. Cigar, coffee, watching Jeff was always a chill thing to do in the morning. Well, I didn't get to do the cigar thing, but it was usually what I'd go to bed listening to. So still need to finish the stream from yesterday. I wouldn't stress too much, pal, if you don't get to it. I mean, all the Karen Reed streams are going to be in their own playlist. If anyone ever wants to go back and rewatch it with any of my commentary, which I'm assuming is going to be next to nil, but got to work out what I'm going to do afterwards. Do a replica portrait. It's you, the missus, and the kid dressed up like that. Maybe. We'll see. There's plenty of things that I like and that I'd want to do and all that sort of stuff, but I mean, if we wind up moving sooner rather than later, I've got to take stock and understand that, some of the stuff that is in the house, basically, I'm going to have to get rid of. So Timu's got Churchill. I'm not shocked. I tell you what, though, I had a bit of a realization today, and it was a little bit of a timely one. I mean, I'm all eager to move so that I'm closer to home and I can do the streaming at night and all that sort of stuff. But it sort of made me realize that, the town where I'm working is incredibly small, and it doesn't have like my favorite stores, for example. And I was thinking, shit, am I going to feel isolated when I move there? And I was like, well, hang on, like 98% of the people that I interact with is online anyway, so what does it matter? Virginia City, Nevada has old time studios with closed. Do they have that in Australia? I'm pretty sure Ballarat at the gold mines at Sovereign Hill have it. There'd be a few other places as well. Is it your workplace that's far or your home area? Well, I mean, technically depends where I'm at as to which one's far, I suppose. I mean, if I'm in the office, then it's home that's far away. If I'm home, it's the office that's far away. But see, the trouble is, so I head 2 hours west every workday, and Lady Overlaw'd heads an hour east every workday. So policewoman accidentally shot and killed by colleague during a foot chase. Oh, shit. She get shot in the back? Get an Al Capone suit and hat for sitting in there. It'd be cool AF. I'd consider it. Moving into your childhood home after it's finished getting renovated. Lived in the current house for 30 years. The stuff to throw out is terrifying. I can understand that. Honestly, I really can. I mean, I'm sitting here trying to think what out of this house I'd be able to get rid of. I mean, so long as we get a 3-bedder, I'm safe with my studio. It just means that some of the other stuff that will have to get stored. But, if we can get a 4-bed, 2 living, or 3-bed, 2 living, either way, it should be okay. Ever since we moved away from UT, rarely cry because I'm scared it'll open the floodgates, ruining everything for family. By moving it back just to make me happy. No, well, Megan, I used to have a pinstripe suit. I had one that I wore to court occasionally. And I had a black, no, actually, I had two. I had a black one and I had a navy one. The navy one is still hanging up in the closet because, well, I've put on a little bit of girth. Well, Ari, you can't really bottle that up, though. I mean, if you need to get it out, get it out. Whether you need to go and talk to someone, or as horrible as it sounds, go and sit in the car and just let it all loose. Hayden in an Adidas tracksuit like he's from New Jersey. Move west and the missus can drive 3 hours east. No, well, we talked about it, and what I said was that if she can negotiate to work 1 day a week from home, I'm happy to put her up in a hotel a couple of days a week if it means that it works better for her. Because ultimately, I know what's going to be better for the family. But I'm so proud of her because of it's her dream job, and she's really working hard at it, and I don't want to take that away from her. But it would legitimately be cheaper and more cost effective and efficient for us if we lived where I work and she stayed down in Melbourne a couple of nights a week. Boys, play nice. This is my chill stream. Do I only smoke cigars? Yeah. I'm not much in terms of like cigarettes and that sort of thing. I think I've smoked one in my entire life. Generally, I like the fact that cigars, for me at least, are not addictive. Like, this is the first one I've had in probably 2 months. So, wife and I selling up and moving to Spain, have had enough of the UK. I think that's understandable. Quick bites. Well, what do they say? Does this bring you joy, and have you used it within the last 6 months? If not, donate or bin. So, where's a brandy? I decided to go with a Matzo's ginger beer tonight, just because apparently it pairs quite nicely with the cigar, and it really does. Ordinarily, I've been meaning to crack open the Lagavulin and try and make it through that, but finding it difficult for obvious reasons. It's just nice just to take some time, you know? Don't have to think about work, don't have to think about law, don't have to think about covering trials or cases or anything like that. Just sit back, enjoy a cigar, sit in a reasonably comfortable chair, which is good, and just talk to you guys. Like we're all friends and like we all have anything better to do on a Saturday. Watch street fights. Cigars are what led to me smoking cigarettes. Got with a cigar store manager at 18 years. Within a year, I'd gone from cigars, cigarillos, having no cigarillos on hand and taking a cigarette instead. I wouldn't say it's a safe space, KY. Nowhere on the internet is ever a safe space. No, well, to be fair, I almost fell into that trap tonight, and because when I realized that I didn't have the cigars, when the Monte Cristos were gone, and I was like, damn it, I really, really wanted to smoke a cigar tonight. And Lady Overlaw'd was just like, well, if you're so hell bent that you want to have one, just go to the supermarket and buy a deck. And that was the first time I'd ever heard of that phrase, by the way. She laughed her ass off at me. And I said, well, no, I'm not going to go and buy a pack of cigarettes because that's not what I smoke. I don't smoke cigarettes. I smoke cigars for very specific reasons. And I just realized I keep sinking further and further down in this chair. Eventually, I'm going to wind up looking like Sean. God's sakes, why does it keep doing that? There must be something wrong with the mic. Unless it keeps... Is that any better? I don't know why, but it keeps switching between the mic on the camera and the mic on the desk. No idea what the last thing you heard me say was, but yeah. She said to me, just go and buy a cigarette. Go and buy a pack of cigarettes. And I said, well, no, I'm not going to because I don't smoke cigarettes for very specific reasons. At least I specifically know that for me, cigars aren't addictive, and I can go months without having to worry about wanting one or whatever. And sometimes it's just about taking the time. No nicotine for 10 years, and I went from 2 kids to 4 kids in one day. My wedding to 6 kids within 2.5 years. Nicotine came back as vaping. Oh, yeah, no, Alan, I'm going to go to the... I'll go to the Fuck It Saturday. But it starts at like 6 a.m. my time, so I will probably be a couple of hours late, because I don't even know if I'll be awake at that time. 50-pack every day. Jesus, could you imagine how much that would cost these days, Professor? I mean, what's a 30-pack? Like $40 now? It's honestly a robbery. Oh, that really is nice. If you knew a place to buy nicotine base, you'd make your own vape juice. Fair enough. Tried a cigarette after I started vaping and puked out a van window. I've been getting into any interesting games or shows or movies lately. No, and the trouble is, and I realize that this is a problem for me that I've got to try and work on. A 20-pack, there's 38. There you go. The only really downtime that I get to watch actual TV or anything like that is during dinner and for like a half hour before I fall asleep. And during dinner, I'm usually wanting something monotonous, something I've watched already. So I'm usually watching an anime or something in the background that I've already watched and I know the storyline and plotline of. So can't smoke cigarettes anymore. They taste awful. No, fair enough. Yeah, no, there's next to no self-time, honestly. So so yeah, I mean it's been what? Finished Knights and Magic the other night. I rewatched Campfire Cooking because I enjoy that one because he goes through all the different recipes and that sort of thing, and like it's like a cartoon cooking show, and I enjoy that. So, but I've been just called a pack of smokes, which is 20. Yeah, fair enough. Have every line of Ace Ventura 3 memorized, Tommy Boy and Happy Gilmore for the same reason. That's fair enough. I mean, I restarted watching Reincarnated as a Slime today. I reckon that's probably my all-time favorite show, honestly, at this point. SAO comes a close second. Sorry, I know for those of you that don't know anime, this is very boring, very geeky, all that sort of stuff. I'll move on in a minute. SAO was my favorite for a long time. But yeah, I think probably Reincarnated's up there now for me, just edged it out slightly. But I had to laugh. Lady Overlaw'd's been watching this show, Emily in Paris. Apparently she's re-watching it, and I was sitting in bed because I had my earphone in, and I was sitting in bed watching a TV show, I think I was watching Knights of Magic, and all I hear is this foo-foo French like guy talking about how he's a chef and how he's happy if someone pisses off and all this sort of stuff. And all I did was I turned to Lady Overlord and I said, "Okay, I can hear this. I can hear what you're saying. I'm sorry, I can hear the show through my headphones, and all I can hear and all that I can surmise from this show that you've been watching so far is, let us go fuck and then have a baguette." And she pissed herself laughing. Like, honestly, how stupid some of those shows can be. Don't lie, your favorite anime is Naruto. I never watched Naruto, you know? Actually, and you know what? Blasphemy as well. I've never actually fully watched Gundam Wing. My introduction to Gundam was Gundam Seed, and it will and it probably always will be my favorite mech anime. Hey, Josh. Never even watched Eva. Well, I mean, Eva was really my introduction to anime in the first place, aside from like Sailor Moon when I was a kid. So I've got Evangelion from '97 on DVD. I haven't watched the remake. Weren't you building a Gundam? Yeah, like every other day. Again, that's part of the reason why I like doing the streams from home, is because I can combine spending time with you guys and streaming and that sort of thing with doing other things that I love, which is generally why I'm sitting there not actually giving commentary. So, but yeah, I think these will probably be the last few. Oh, Dragon Ball Z. How the hell did I not think about Dragon Ball Z? You found a shop where you can get 50 grams of tobacco for $20. There's a store in my town where I swear to God, I was certain that they were running illegal drugs out of it. And as it turns out, they're just selling really cheap tobacco. Because there are people constantly in and out of that store every single day, and it's literally only cash and like. Oh, you didn't mention Robotech or Macross in that list. The reason being, I've never seen it. I know, again, blasphemy. Loved your cooking show. You need to do more. Go faster if Lady Overlaw'd has clothes on. Well, I did enjoy doing that. And the stew actually turned out really good, honestly. Even the second day when I heated it up and like devoured the rest of it. Oh yeah, Zoids. Forgot about Zoids too. New Century and Chaotic Century. It's funny how all these things sort of like formulated my impression of the world at a young age, and I completely forgot about them. I think that's probably just because I don't even think about the shows that I watched as a kid as anime. Like, I wouldn't consider Pokemon or Digimon, even though I know that they technically are. But, you know. Watch Bible Black. Jesus Christ, Megan. Ever play Zone of the Enders? I feel like I recognize the name. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my list, though. Oh, shit, I let it go out again. Yeah, Voltron. Mind you, my first foray into Voltron was the 3D version. Yeah, well, talking about Bible Black is like talking about Redo. You don't do it. I mean, if you're just going to talk about straight up hentai, Jesus. "17-year-old's been updating me on his Naruto experience since he started watching last year. Last time he was around episode 129 or something." Basically, Gundam's in space. I feel like there's a game on Xbox Live that I downloaded that had that name. I think that's where I know it from. I don't think I've ever actually played it though. Have I seen the latest Pokemon game trailer? No, I have. Oh, for hang on, Legend ZA or whatever it is. Yeah, I don't think I'm particularly interested, honestly. They finally upgraded the graphics. It looks like a Wii game. Does it? And surprisingly, I never got into The Witcher. How does everyone have the XP thing on their streams apart from you? I think it's just a general rollout that they're going to do over time. I wouldn't worry about it. Your controller's got major stick drift. I was watching a video about how Nintendo have reworked their end user license agreement now, so that stick drift and that sort of thing is going to be a real issue moving forward. If you you basically agreeing not to sue them and go through binding arbitration if you don't contact them and write to them within 30 days of signing up for a Nintendo account now. That's some bullshit, honestly. Meant that as a joke. The graphics are dog shit. Oh, okay. Guy running in front of an ice car got hit, fell over, hit his head, and he's dying. Oh, Jesus. No, I wasn't aware of that. It's not so much about The Witcher, really. Okay. Oh, it's more of a tech demo for Unreal 5. Okay. That makes more sense. Was in LA. Not shocked. PlayStation need to do it as well. They can make them better, but they don't. Yeah, well, that's true. I was actually looking at the VR2 today, and I was like, because you can connect the VR2 to your PC these days because you can use Steam VR with it. And I was like, you know what, that might be worth it. And then I was like, when the fuck do I ever get the time to sit down and actually play a video game, though? Actually, I might see if I can do something on Monday. Do a gaming stream or something. Be nice just to sit back and cut loose. Actually, you know what? No, that's not fair. Because I do sit and play Power World with Little Lady Overlaw'd on the Xbox in the lounge room a lot. And then somehow she manages to walk off and I wind up playing Disney Dreamlight on my own. So, you know, the joys of having kids, obviously. Got the first VR. I used it a handful of times. It's back in the box. I've got the first VR. I had it for the PS4. I mean, I didn't mind Beat Saber. There's just, for me, it was more about being able to play the PlayStation with regular games that weren't VR, while like Lady Overlord was watching TV. Now that I've got my studio and I've got everything set up in there, and I can play the games there, the VR headset really just went by the wayside. Ow. The fuck was that? Oh, it's because the cigar's getting so short. Okay. Miss the old Thrustmasters. Getting down into the final third. We're on the home stretch, people. It's officially getting spicier. Oh, and I think I've finally worked out how to integrate OBS with StreamYard as well, so I'm going to play around with that. I might do that later in a few hours. I'm in two minds about whether or not I try and finish the trial stream tonight or if I do that tomorrow, because I'm pretty damn tired after last night. I finished up the stream last night. I was messing around on the computer, completely lost track of time while I tried to finish off the wings on the Gundam. And, excuse me, by the time I knew it was 3 a.m. I went into my bedroom and Angel was laying on my bed. She hasn't been able to do that for months because of her hip problems, so I did not have the heart to move her. They get spicier or they burn down. Never done cigars. Yeah, so the flavor will change substantially. You're effectively smoking three different things. At the start, it's usually a very mellow flavor, but when you get right to probably the last third of the cigar, as it's having less distance to travel, the smoke becomes more rich and full in flavor. It's almost like it starts adding a little bit of spice or peppiness to it. Is Angel your dog? Yeah, she's a Labrador. Carlos Sinclair, I got 3 going. I got the main channel, the backup channel, and we're going out on X. Hello, everybody. But now that I've worked out how to integrate StreamYard and OBS, hopefully, I'll be able to start going back out on Rumble and Kick at the same time as well. Morning, Black Horse. Tobacco also acts as a filter, so you're smoking tar buildup when you get down to the end of the cigar. Yep. Which is generally why I won't smoke the last quarter inch or so. But this has actually been quite mild. It's been quite a nice one. I'm not used to the Juliettas, so... Thank you, Kathy. Anyone heard of Elon's supposed to be making a platform like YouTube? He's supposed to be integrating into X. I mean, he's more or less doing that now. You can stream directly to X. You can upload your videos to it and that sort of thing. All it's really missing is a page that is similar to the YouTube homepage, really. Someone's playing trumpet outside your window. Love the Canadian light lift cigars. One time I smoked a dark leaf. I got 3/4 of the way through without moving once. Then I moved and raced. That's when I learned what being green meant. Fair enough. X Spaces are janky as hell. I imagine a pure X streaming platform would also be janky. Well, personally, I feel that the X Spaces were a little bit rushed. Like, I can understand why he wanted to get that done and dusted earlier on, but you know, I mean, he fired like 80% of the workforce. What was he expecting? I'm fairly confident it'll get better as in a couple of years' time as it progresses. I'm just impressed that Telstra and Optus are already moving with Starlink. So our mobile companies, our 2 major ones, Telstra and Optus, are going to be offering Starlink connections on mobile phones moving forward. So that's going to make things interesting. Don't have X because of the janky. I'd be in jail for hurty words. Well, I mean, the censorship isn't really as much there, Alan. Like, I'm not a proponent saying that X is all about free speech or anything like that, because it's definitely not. You say something that Elon doesn't agree with, and your account will be gone. But does that mean we're going to get better internet? Yes. You'll be able to use satellite connection for it. I think initially what they're going to do is use Starlink towers to distribute it across a cellular network. But I think after a certain while, the phones will be able to actually connect directly. Prove last Christmas that when he broke X with his retarded statements. Fair. You're free to glaze, Elon. I ain't glazing shit. Why did anyone think a guy who wants EVs would align with a guy who says a drill baby drill? I don't know. Look, between the pair of them, I think that they had some good ideas. I think they both genuinely wanted the best for the country. And eventually their differences were going to mean that it was always going to burn out. One step closer to Skynet and Terminators. This is true. Got to smoke half of a pre-embargo Gurkha once. The cigar shop owner was the 4th wealthiest man in Utah at the time. Wow. Like how Optus got easily hacked because of a weak security password. Yeah. Mind you, it's not like there are many other services here in Australia that can talk. What's been hacked in the last 3 years? Centrelink, Medibank, Optus. Oh shit! Did I let that go out again? Shit. Elon will struggle to compete with YouTube, Google, and Amazon. And Amazon have cornered the server market. Well, EVs are stupid. Energy storage technology isn't where it needs to be for them to be practical. Lithium-ion batteries are not environmentally friendly, and no one wants to talk about that. No, look, I agree with you on that. Are they playing mind games with us because Tesla are being destroyed? I have no clue. What is the best internet, or are they all just the same? I mean, if you're talking about NBN standards here in Australia, it depends on what state you're in. I'm pretty sure that most of WA, or was it most of South Australia, got fibre to the premises instead of copper to the from the node, which really pisses me off because what the hell was the point of that? Either need carbon nanotube stacking batteries or wireless transmission energy. Yeah, and look, mate, at this point, I'm kind of thinking that we need to go down the way of the wireless transmission at this point. I mean, the ability for energy to be transferred from the road to the car as you're traveling is just. Mind you, did you see the. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep this lit. Did you see the one where they. What was the country that installed the solar panels on the roads? They lasted a year. Lithium battery sink ships. Well, wasn't there one that just went up and there were like 3,000 cars on the ship and it ended very, very badly? Bring back the horse and buggy. That's not a bad idea, actually. Actually, I was looking at a house for the move, and it was on a quarter acre, and it came with its own horse stables. And I'm like, ooh, here's an excuse to see whether or not Lady Overlaw'd will get a horse. Tesla Tech, original Tesla Tech, not Elon, has been suppressed. I've heard various things about that. Did you see the Saudi desert plan? No. Do I want to? Time to undo the ring. Preferably without burning my fingers, because I left it too long. Oh, I can just slide it off. Well done, dipshit. Oh, what the fuck? There was a beautiful. So they had this lousy, crappy piece of grey plastic, grey paper over it. That's got a gorgeous actual ring on it. Look. Romeo and Julieta, 1875, Havana, Cuba. Your cat's got the zoomies. Imagine the most BS over-exaggerated CGI to exist. Hope put together in one video. That ship's still sailing around the Pacific unmanned on fire, the last I heard. Oh, Jesus. I love that Greenpeace aren't doing anything about that. Cuban, that was one of the first cigars you smoked. I think I prefer the Cubans, honestly. I've had a couple of other ones, but Cubans just taste nicer to me. You can take another one for the team. Honestly, I think personally at some point we've just got to get over our hiccups about nuclear and sort our shit out. Possible put down a large lithium fire, put out a fire on. Yeah, well, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Burned by 21700 lithium the other day from a vape, almost burned half my ear off. Jesus, please be careful. And that's why I can't understand. I mean, it was a major issue with the election here. And finally, some people are waking up and they're walking away from the net zero policy. And it's like, no, Alan. I don't understand why you can try and push that. What's the point in a country like ours, which produces like 1% of everything going on in the world, when you've got China going whole hog building coal plants, you've got India building another 10, you've got, what the hell's the point? Why the hell should we be the ones to pay? Energy density of lithium and its chemical properties make it prone to just going off. I mean, that's part of the reason why the phone companies turned around and said that they were making non-replaceable batteries, though, isn't it? Because liability issues with lithium batteries. I think that was another crock of shit, too. Oh, guaranteed net zero is about control. I mean, they're still pushing 15-minute city ideas here in Melbourne. It's weird because the more I sit down and look at the different news stories and read the different things that the government's doing and read the different things that are being proposed, the more I feel like I'm turning into conspiracy theorist, because it really does look like they're just doing all this sort of shit to make sure that they can lock down as many people as they can. A lot of perfectly situated for large-scale solar farming. Did research years ago. Unpopulated areas, some of the highest solar densities on Earth. I mean, if they could actually do anything with it, I'd agree with you on that. But I mean, our largest wind farm down at Port Fairy, it's officially being decommissioned now because it's lived out its effective life. So they're decommissioning that. God, I remember being down there when they were still putting that together. So conspiracy theories are a psyop term created by the CIA to make it easy to discredit people who get wind of stuff or figure out operations. Port Fairy's where your husband was born. No shit. And the real trouble that I have with renewables is that, much like everything else, people saw dollar signs. They saw a way to be greedy, basically. And like, I get capitalism, but if you're going to force socialism on people, then as far as I'm concerned, the government should be the one reining it in, not handing out billion-dollar contracts. Oh, I think we're just about done. Because that is getting awfully spicy now. Not just from my fingers, because I can feel the burning on the inside of the cigar. But that's officially the spiciest it's been. Yeah, they only have a 20-year lifespan, and that's why they're decommissioning the one at Port Fairy, because they reckon that parts of it have already reached the end of its lifespan. Why don't you make a fire every time you cook a meal? Well, technically I do. We have gas cooking. And mind you, after the stew the other night, I've been told I'm not allowed in the kitchen for at least a little while. One of the greatest functions of government is extracting wealth from the plebs and delivering it to the elites, as well as preserving its own existence. Yep. They're trying to ban wood fires inside your house. What? Seriously? Boiled meat it is. No, I've specifically said no more boiled meat. At least not for a little while, anyway. I don't care if she makes bland chicken, because I absolutely adore the bland chicken. And to be fair, I was the one that named the bland chicken. Technically, it's like a shredded parmesan pasta. But, God, I can just throw that back like there's no tomorrow. Hey, come on. Technically, I'm in my garage with the door open and all that sort of shit to allow ventilation in case anyone's worried. He's at his spare house. I wish. Could you imagine if my house actually looked like this? No, I just didn't think you guys needed to see the marks on the wall that I need to clean. Oh, what is the time? Holy shit, it's 8:45. Wow. Been going for an hour 10. Yes. From now on, we're going to call this the Wombat Lodge. I like that. The Wombat Lodge. Ooh, I should really knock back the rest of this. Ooh, what do I do? Do I try and race and finish this before the cigar or not? Probably not. God damn, that is nice, though. Often copied, never matched. It's a nice tagline. Yes, there is alcohol in the ginger beer. So this is Matzo's. This was actually one of the last things that I talked to Vices about in terms of Australian alcohol. Founded in 1997, first brewery in remote Broome. In the scorching heat, beer was just not refreshing enough, so we created Australia's first alcoholic ginger beer. Certified as independent, 100% made in Australia. Recall correctly, the one thing y'all don't have trying to kill you is bears. We don't really have native bears, mainly because the local fauna were not big enough to maintain a population. So, yeah, I enjoy hard solo. I mean, look, I've got a bit of a sweet tooth, so I'm okay with the sweeter alcoholic beverages as well. So I'll enjoy a dry cider, I'll enjoy a sweet cider, but honestly, nothing beats a nice. Do you have beer natives? Yes. Yes, we do have drop beers. This is true, but they're still only like this big. It's just that they're feral and they give you chlamydia. Well, I'd be honest with you, wardrobe. I'm not sure that we are full of Australians anymore. I mean, what, the last 3 years, our population has changed so that, what is it, 3 in 10 were not born here? So, the demographics changing, the standard of life is changing, and at the moment, it genuinely just feels like certain elites are doing their utmost to get what they can out of the populace before it all turns to shit. Basically, that is honestly a genuine perspective that I have on the state of the country at the moment. So, honestly, I don't know if I'll still be in this country in 10, 15 years. Am I allowed to talk about how much the UK sucks? Yeah, for the moment, I think. I don't disagree with you on that, Quick Bites. Do not disagree with you on that in the slightest. In the Laverton area, walking down the streets, very rare to hear anyone speaking English. Pretty much every weekend now, our local shopping centre is basically turned into what I would expect a bazaar looks like in the middle of Delhi. So, oh look, yes, Acorn. A lot of Aussies outside of the metro areas still have guns. It's just that the statistics and the information that's provided to the rest of the world is very skewed. Like, I was talking to the guy that I work with the other day about the know your customer stuff under OzTrack, about how now we've got to be careful about. Oh my god, I sat and watched a seminar by OzTrack, and they said not only do I need to be keeping track and checking whether or not there are any red flags for money laundering and fundraising for terrorism, but now I have to check whether or not any loans or finance that's going through. Keep in mind, we mainly deal with farmers, but I need to check and make sure that there are no red flags to say that any of the funds that are being distributed are being used for proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. Yes, Ken down the street is borrowing a few $100,000 in order to sow crops, wheat, oats, all that sort of stuff. But I need to check whether or not he's going to be using those to build a heat-seeking missile in his shed. Yes, they're using immigration to prop up the economy to make it look like we've got positive GDP when they don't. All right, if this goes out again, I'll probably finish off the cigar, I think. Exploding flying pigs. But yeah, honestly, it's getting ridiculous. Alyssa Clips has cancer allegedly. Wish her well. Hope she recovers. Even if she did bully you a lot. Look, Alyssa and I had disagreements in the past. I wish no ill will against her, and I wouldn't wish cancer on my worst enemy. So, fingers crossed she gets better. Oh no, that's what I was trying to say. When I was talking to the guy that I work with, he says, "Well, I mean, technically, if you want to go by their definition, every one of our farming clients would effectively be classed as an individual that we got to be careful of because every one of them's got a long arm license for keeping feral animals off their property." So yeah, in rural areas, pretty much everyone has a gun of some way, shape, or form. At least if you know what, I lied. I'm going to see if I can just finish the last of this off. Same much in the world. Everyone believes the English can't own guns. Very mistaken if you believe that. You'll be surprised what you can legally own if you look into it. Yeah, fair enough. Was the last deadly animal that I had to kill? Pretty sure I killed a venomous spider earlier today. Now, this isn't realistic, but imagine everyone who's sick of the elites controlling the country, pissed about immigration, moving to where all the people are coming from and forming new government there. Oh, I've thought about that a few times, honestly. And yeah, it's not realistic, but I kind of feel like it's gonna wind up happening eventually. I mean, look, we had an area here called the Hutt River Province that basically seceded from the Australian government, and it lasted for 27 odd years. How do I know it was venomous? I don't specifically know that it was venomous, but I'm pretty sure I recognize the species. Everything in Australia is venomous, including the females. Shazza down the street is particularly venomous. I'm gonna wind up breathing on my fingers. I don't want this. I don't want this to finish. I've enjoyed this so much that I'm willing to risk my fingertips in order to just get the last few puffs out of this. Applied for a Kiwi gun license 6 months after leaving the army. Reason for refusal was being a veteran. Oh, for fuck's sake. Get some tweezers. No, it's all right. Not bad. I mean, it lasted an hour. Democrats tried to disarm the veterans there too. Jesus. Willing to bet that went down a treat. Government deciding who can be armed is like car thieves deciding who can have a locked car. I look at it this way. If and when the general population has had enough, shit will hit the fan. Whether it's through the use of weapons or whatever else, I don't know. I'm not in any way suggesting that anyone take any sort of action. I'm saying that eventually I feel like it's inevitable. You were bit by a brown recluse? Shit. You know it's bad when the doctor's office calls you the next morning to check on you. That'll do it. Good evening, Glennis. I apologise, but I'm pretty sure you've come in just about at the end of the stream. Because I did say to the Lady Overlord that I'd only stick around as long as the cigar was, but you know what? I've still got to finish my beer, so... Well, ginger beer. Oh, it's still a beer. So I guess at some point I'm going to have to order some more decent... cigars. I don't just want to be like ordering one a week or one a fortnight, though. That was the whole point of getting the humidor. So I'm going to have to reseason it. I'm going to have to sort that out and do whatever else. No civilization lasts forever. If Trump had been taken out by... would have been a civil war, there would be world wars, if not a war. If there would be worldwide wars, if not a war. World war. Dip the cigar in Coke? No thanks. Well, see, the irony is, Megan, I seem to be red-pilling Lady Overlord as well. Like, she was staunchly anti-gun as well. But I've sort of explained to her, oh, by the way, you know, it's a tool like everything else. So... like, she was adamant that Scarlet would never even have a Nerf gun. Now she's got like 4 and a target range. Schwarzenegger used to dip his cigars in tequila. Did he really? That's interesting. Oh, all right. I'm pretty sure that's the end of that. I don't think I can hold on to that any longer. Oh, and the nicotine's hit as well, so I'm a little bit spacey now too. So I suppose if there's anything spicy anyone ever wanted to ask me, now would be the time. I'm joking. I don't know how people do those, like, oh, I'm on a plane, ask me anything streams. Like, that just seems dangerous as all hell. How's Hot Tits? I gotta come up with a better nickname for her. She's alright. She was doing drawing with Little Lady Overlord earlier, and they were following these tutorials on YouTube. I was like, holy shit, I did not realize you could draw that well. You sleep on planes? I say, apparently I'm very weird. Not only do I wear jeans on planes, I'm actually a pretty good flyer. Hot Tits, if she's cool with it. Well, I don't know. What's being on a plane got to do with risky questions? Oh, nothing. It's just I frequently see people do those. I'm on a plane. I'm stuck for 2 hours. Ask me anything. And I'm like, dude, that just seems dangerous to me. All right, last one. There we go. Kiddo surprised me with her art recently as well. Proud as fuck, looking for ways to help her progress. See, and that's a good parent. Stop making Belandros mad. Why is Belandros mad? Oh, he's gone off at Ian. All right. Shame to admit, when I used to watch MASH reruns in the original movie, it never occurred to me until I was grown that with hot lips, I was thinking about the wrong lips. Yeah, I really got to think of a better nickname. I don't know why, but when I called her that, I was thinking about Bearing and Sugar Tits. I'm like, you know, because it's not like I haven't called her Sugar Tits on occasion. Wardrobe, I'll say this, okay? Speaking as a parent, it is something we are always learning at and always getting. So long as you don't stop trying to be better, that's the main thing. If you're trying to do that, then you're always going to be a good parent in my books. As long as you're trying to be better. Oh, what kind of spider is that that's hanging off of my light? Don't know. Doesn't matter. Hayden's having a stubby. No, technically, I suppose. Exactly. We're always learning. So, alrighty. How much we got left? But I mean, isn't that the whole point of humanity? For us to continue to grow and get better at stuff? So, I don't know. Yeah, I get that, Wardrobe. That meme that floats around that, ladies get 10 compliments a day and that gets them, but that ladies get 10 compliments a day and that'll do them for like 15 minutes each. Guys will generally have to last on a single compliment and it'll keep them going for a year. All right, now you're too close when I like it. There we go. Damn it, didn't even get you. Did I get it that time? Can't say it. Tiny little thing. You complimented a guy once and he got a boner. Well, you can kind of expect that. So, love to see a proper G.I. Joe movie maybe one day. Well, maybe. I doubt it though. I'm glad you're enjoying this sort of stream. Like I said, I've been meaning to do them for a while. I'm hoping that this will be more of like a guest stream. So, is it safe to squish it with your hands? Well, if not, then I'll soon find out. But oh, all right, peeps. I'm gonna go have some dinner. It's 9 p.m. So, thank you for joining me for the first ever cigar lounge. Hopefully I'll be able to do something like this fairly regularly. And yeah, we'll see if we can bring some guests in and that sort of thing. But it was just nice just to be able to sit and oh shit. It was nice just to be able to sit and have some me time and chat. So just realized I don't know that I'm going to be moving anytime soon because my head's swimming a little bit. But excuse me. Sorry, that was rude. Karen Reed stuff probably tomorrow. And keep an eye out because I'm hoping to get some videos sorted so there's actual videos on the channel. Because I did see something, apparently YouTube obviously doesn't value streaming very much because I can't put too much in terms of ad revenue on it. So they want actual videos. So I plan on just basically just cutting up my review streams, adding in extra bits and pieces, and hopefully it'll be enough to keep people entertained and watching. So, but in the meantime, people, as always, please remember you're not a piece of shit. You have value and do contribute to society, especially for being here. Let me see if anyone's live, and I'll see if I can shunt everyone across somewhere. Where are we? that. Customization, redirect, who's live? Goat Cam, Pirate Software. I'm not sending everyone across to Pirate Software again. No one on my list appears to be live. Play the outro. Relax, you're going to see the outro. Don't stress. Alright, screw it. I'm just going to send you off into the ether. Alright, peeps. As always, you're not a piece of shit. You have value and do contribute to society, especially for being here. Double check whether or not you hit that like button and see whether or not you're subscribed or not, because YouTube does like to remove subscribers from my channel. It's literally, I watch the graph. It literally goes up 1, down 1, up 1, down 1, up 2, down 4. So, but anyway, peace out, peeps.
And again, on your way out, please do me the favor, hit the like and subscribe button if you're so inclined. It costs nothing. It's absolutely free, and we'll be friends forever. Bye now.
Unfortunately, some members of the media
use their platforms
to push their own personal bias,
and agenda to control exactly what people think. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
No thanks.
Don't mind me, I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Nope.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Alright then.
I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.